Live from the VCU Siegel Center, Chesterfield County Public Schools is proud to present the Manchester High School commencement exercise for the class of 2017. This program is made possible through the cooperative efforts of Chesterfield County Public Schools, Comcast of Metro Richmond, and Virginia Commonwealth University.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the E.J. Wade Arena at VCU Siegel Center for the Manchester High School commencement exercises for the class of 2017. We humbly ask your support and cooperation as we present a dignified ceremony befitting our graduates. Please silence all phones and electronic devices at this time. We understand that you will want to applaud and cheer for your graduate. Please refrain from using artificial noisemakers and kindly make sure your cheering does not interfere with another family's ability to hear their own child's name. Would everyone please stand for the processional as we welcome the Manchester High School class of 2017.
Welcome, graduates, families, friends, and supporters. Would everyone please remain standing quietly as the Manchester JROTC Color Guard presents the colors, and continue standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, the playing of our national anthem, and the posting of the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony for the Manchester High School class of 2017. Please join me in acknowledging several special guests who have taken the time to be with us here today. Dr. James Lane, Superintendent. Dr. Donna Dalton, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Steve Ellswick, Board of Supervisors. Dr. Thomas Taylor. Mr. Rob Thompson, School Board Member. State Senator Amanda Chase. Virginia Delegate Roxanne Robinson. And my mentor and beloved former principal, Peter Costi. To begin the ceremony, please let me introduce our senior class president, Vivian Tran.
Good evening, or should I say good night, because a long ceremony at this time of night might just put you to sleep. But hopefully you can keep your eyes open to actually see the graduates cross the stage. I am Vivian Tran, our senior class president. Welcome all families, friends, faculty, honored guests, and the VIPs of the night, the Manchester class of 2017. As Migos would say, Mama, we made it. Today marks the day you all have been anticipating since day one of your high school career. We have endured about 2,340 days of school in our lifetime, give or take a few days for sick days. That is equivalent to attending school every day for 6.5 years straight. No, thank you. But somehow we managed to do it. How did you spend those 2,340 days of school? More specifically, how did you spend your 720 days of high school? Maybe you are a student athlete who dedicated your time to hours of practice for your specific sport. Or you're possibly at the school until 10 p.m. because it was Andy Week. Or maybe you stayed after school daily to attend meetings for Beta, SEA, DECA, and EHS, and SSHS, SNHS, NHS, every acronym there is. But we also had students who simply spent their days arriving at 7:20 a.m. and leaving at 1:50 p.m. Regardless, there's no doubt that you created unforgettable memories and relationships with your classmates. Think about your favorite memory from high school. After I reflected on my career at Manchester, I could not decide on just one favorite memory, which I believe is one of the greatest things about Manchester High School. Our school is filled with various opportunities, diverse teachers, and very unique students that depicting just one favorite memory, teacher, or classmate is nearly impossible. Between the nail-biting football games, underground spirit days, and super lit pep rallies, how can you pick just one? A few weeks ago, we had our senior takeover day. I can attest to that day being one of my favorite days throughout all 4 years of high school. It was an interesting experience being an administrator, and I'm sure students who took over teachers really had their eyes opened. The faculty have to deal with some very belligerent students, but that does not stop them from doing their jobs. Manchester's faculty is truly the most caring and thoughtful faculty there is. Our teachers and administrators hone into each of our unique personalities to create relationships that no parent, relative, or friend can. They teach lessons in and out of the classroom. Seniors, I want you to think about the teachers who have influenced you in a positive way while at Manchester. For me, I think of Ms. Hardison. She taught me what the real world is like. She taught me how to network so that one day I can be the entrepreneur that I know I can be. And Mr. Dennis, he taught me I can do anything I set my mind to. He challenged me to step out of my comfort zone and to reach for the stars. Mrs. Kim, she taught me to love and to care for all. She loves each single one of her students like a mama bear, as some of us call her. And Mr. Stillman, he taught me to follow your passions. You can be a physics teacher or even a mixed martial arts commentator. I wish I could list all of the lessons that my teachers taught me, but we would truly be here all night. So thank you to those teachers and the other 200 faculty members for instilling life lessons into us students. But I have one more important member of our Manchester family to mention, Mrs. Ellis. She taught me to rise to any challenge I face. She had large shoes to fill with the retirement of the esteemed Mr. Costi, and she accepted the position and exceeded all expectations. Earlier this year, Mrs. Ellis gave every senior a blue rubber bracelet which read L for L on one side and See You at Siegel on the other. It was a reminder that this last year was all we had left together, and graduation was quickly approaching us, which it really did. On behalf of your first graduating class as our principal, I would like to thank you, Mrs. Christy Ellis, for making our senior year so exceptional. Without all that we've learned at Manchester, we may not become the doctor, musician, or athlete that we may aspire to be. The past 720 days of school have led us to this next chapter in life. Ralph Waldo Emerson offers us seniors insight on what's truly important in life. The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. So seniors, never forget the memories you have made at Manchester High School. Remember your teachers, friends, and teammates, because in approximately 2 hours, we will no longer be Manchester students. No longer are we little high schoolers. We will officially be alumni of Manchester High School. So as we all go our separate ways this evening, I charge the senior class with this. Make something of your diploma. Be honorable. Be compassionate. Make some difference in your life and in others' lives. Be the change you want to see in the world, because we are the future. And never forget, once a Lancer, always a Lancer. We are all Lancers for life. Thank you. I would like to introduce our class poet, Braden Buka.
To the class of 2017. Our first pep rally happened before the school year even started. As we walked through the gym to numbered sections, to people holding signs, wearing bright red shirts, and I realized that I had no idea what the next 4 years would hold. In middle school, we were prepared for high school, or at least told what to expect, which is great, of course, and don't get me wrong, but it would have been impossible to let us know everything that was about to happen. Like, no one could have told me that I would almost get on the wrong bus on the first day of school. Not in the afternoon, but in the morning. And no words could accurately describe how Manchester is a school like no other. When I walked in the front doors for Rising Freshman Night in the fall of my 8th grade year, I knew that this school was something special, that the white, blue, and orange walls held an energy that can't be found anywhere else. And I want to remind you of that picture that each of us took on Smart Day in our freshman AEP classes. It has been exactly 1,379 days since we took that picture. 1,379 days. Think of everything that has happened. On the first day of school, we would meet teachers that would change our lives even though we barely knew each other's names. You see, teachers impact each and every one of us, and if you're lucky, some of those teachers will become like family, like someone you can rely on the days you're stressed about class, and the days you don't know your Pythagorean theorem from your quadratic formula, and you can't remember what's the noun and what's the verb, or how to count out a dotted half note in 6/8 time. We, as the class of 2017, have been through love and heartbreak, celebrations and sad times, short classes and long days together. Some of us have traveled the world and met people, seen wonders, and tried new things we never would have without Manchester. Truth be told, my transformation may not be like yours or like the person sitting next to you on this evening, but every single graduate is leaving this place today a different person than they were 4 years ago. I've grown up into the man I stand today within the walls of MHS. And even though I know there are people here ready to throw their caps in the air and walk out of the building with their heads held high, this is my message for you. This is really about every dress change, early morning, after school study session, Friday night football game, summer practice, last minute project, late night rehearsal not ending until midnight, senior assembly, and final exam. This is really for all of the school moms, best friends, counselors, and coaches. This is for my mom, who's always supported me, and for my dad, who has pushed me to be the best no matter who or what that is. Thank you. Thank you for an amazing 4 years of growth and love, for 4 years of change, as we have learned to stand in our own lights, to be seen as we are, for preparing our class for bigger adventures. After all of that, I think it's important to realize that our time is now, to change the world and make it a better place, not only for us, but for our kids and our children's children. We are about to be the small fish in the big pond all over again, and it's our job to support each other no matter what life throws at us. And finally, to the class of 2017, stay humble, stay kind, remember where you come from, and remember that we are Lancers for life.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have the honor and the privilege to introduce Steve Elswick. Mr. Elswick is in his second term as the representative from the Matoaka District on the Chesterfield County Board of Supervisors. He also has served as the board's chairman and vice chairman. Prior to serving on the Board of Supervisors, Mr. Elswick began serving Chesterfield County as a firefighter in 1973. Throughout his 31 years of faithful service, he gained experience and knowledge in the areas of leadership, management, and finance. Eventually, he became Chesterfield County Fire Chief, a position he held for 6 years. Mr. Elswick has also volunteered to serve our community on the board of directors of the Chesterfield County Shepherd Center, where he helped provide programs, transportation, and home repairs for senior citizens. Elswick has participated in several disaster relief and salvage recovery program efforts all over the United States. We are honored to have such a great role model with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Steve Elswick to share his words of wisdom.
Well, parents and graduates, it's an honor to celebrate with you this evening. And graduates, this is your mother's best day. You cannot comprehend the joy and pride in her heart as you marched onto this floor. Nor can you comprehend the sacrifices, the worries, the pain, the prayers that she's been through to get you here. I remember Dad telling Mom, if we can just get that boy through high school. So moms, thanks for not giving up on any of us. We appreciate you. This past Saturday, I was at Powhatan High School, not for graduation, but for the funeral of Virginia State Police Special Agent Michael Walters, who was shot just 13 days ago. And as I listened to the speakers, my mind immediately was drawn to you and your graduation. I left that ceremony with a very heavy heart. When Special Agent Michaels walked across the stage to graduate from Pittsgrove High School in 1989, he did not know that he only had 29 years to live. When he got out of the Marine Corps in 1994, he did not know that it was down to 23 years. And when he graduated from the 98th Virginia State Police Basic Academy, he did not know that 18 years and 8 days from his graduation, that he would lose his life serving and protecting the citizens of this region. And just like Special Agent Michael Walters faced in 1989, when you walk across this stage, in society's eyes, you instantly become an adult, whether you're ready or not. Starting today, you're now expected to behave and act like responsible, mature adults and to obey society's laws. And you cannot pick and choose which ones to obey. As I listened intensely to the speakers during his funeral, I was touched by how much he gave and the impact he had on the lives of so many people. This is what you can learn from the life of State Police Special Agent Michael Walter. You do not have time to take a year off to find yourself. There are no pause buttons on life. This is the real deal. There are few second chances. Agent Walters would tell you not to believe the myth that you can be anything in life that you want to be. You cannot. He would tell you that you need to look at your talents, your abilities, your personality, your gifts, your heart, and your experiences, along with how you're wired to determine what you should be in life. Agent Walter believed that it is not your job to be the best in the world at what you do. He believed and taught that your job is to be the best that you can be given the talents and abilities that God gave you. He would tell you that roughly 70% of the people working today are in the wrong job, attempting to do things that they hate to do. This causes a little thing called stress for you and those around you. And he would tell you that if you're not having fun at work, then you're probably in the wrong line of work. Agent Walters found his calling early, and that calling was simply to serve others. First as a United States Marine, then in law enforcement. But his real passion and real calling was working with lost, down, and troubled youth. He found a nonprofit so these youth would have a safe place to go, a place to find self-worth. He helped them develop mental strength. He taught them quitting is not an option, and that there's nothing more important than helping others. It was said that he would neglect his own needs to provide the needs of others. He used fitness, sports, and sportsmanship to motivate and turn these kids around. And he never turned anyone away, regardless of their abilities and challenges. Kids with medical issues would come to him for help. He required everyone that came to him to set goals and not to be afraid of failure. He taught these young people that failure is not failing to reach a goal. Failure is not having a goal. He taught them that failure is not reaching a target. Failure is not having a target. One parent said that he told her, "Give me your son for 3 years, and I'll give you back a different child." she said that truer words had never been spoken. Special Agent Walter was not a famous athlete. He wasn't a celebrity or a sports star. And God knows he wasn't rich on a state trooper's salary. He was an ordinary person with an extraordinary amount of determination. He was an ordinary person that simply would not quit. After all, that's what great people are, just ordinary people that won't give up. As the service was ending, I witnessed his wife attempting to hold the hands of her 3 children. And again, my thoughts turned to you, knowing that you are now an adult and ready to step into adulthood. Also know that our country desperately needs people with compassion, dignity, integrity, character, confidence, and competence. I wondered how many of you will carry on where Special Agent Walter left off. How many of you will get involved in your community? You cannot turn away from society's challenges and issues. And we simply cannot afford to have one less hero in our world. You have to step up to fill this void. The police officer that was with Agent Walters the night he was shot said, literally his last act on earth was selflessness. I hope that can be said about you and me. The saddest part of this story is that Agent Walters did not have to die. The system failed him, and it tore apart a family. And now it's our responsibility to fix it. And one last thing, graduates. I have 3 words for you now that you're an adult. Call your mother. It matters not how famous you become, how important you think you are, or how busy you are. You're never too busy, famous, or important to talk to your mom. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have the honor of introducing Mr. Rob Thompson, our representative of Chesterfield County School Board. Mr. Thompson has been representing the Matoaca District since 2016. He has bachelor's degrees in vocational education, electronic technology, and a master's degree in systems technology. Mr. Thompson served in the United States Navy for 20 years as a Navy intelligence officer. He retired in 2015. Using his abilities and degrees, he started a Department of Defense contracting company. He now continues to work at the Pentagon as a liaison between the Navy and the National Reconnaissance Office. Please help me welcome Mr. Rob Thompson.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm the school board representative for the district you've just escaped from. Seriously, though, congratulations to all of you. You've made it out. You don't know what you've made it to yet, but let me tell you that that's okay. You don't need to know exactly what's ahead of you. Some of you are off to college, some of you are off to the workforce, and a select few of you will be joining the armed forces. Can I please have the following recruits, academy selectees, and ROTC stand? The U.S. Army, the U.S. Air Force, the Marines. I know you're out there, guys. Stand up. The Coast Guard. Thank you. And of course, the guys and the gals who passed all of the entrance examination, those in the U.S. Navy. All jokes aside, everyone has their service pride. You have made a commitment to protect the freedoms that sometimes we take for granted being Americans. Thank you for your willingness to serve your country. When I joined the Navy, I didn't know all of the places that it would take me and how much it would affect my life. Just as when you started high school 4 years ago, You didn't know about the curveballs and all the rough patches that you'd have to deal with. But you dealt with it. You're here. You've made it. In fact, your generation is the most prepared to deal with what the future holds than any others before it. You have endless information at your fingertips. You can communicate with anyone, anywhere, at any time. And you have your entire lives ahead of you. Because of the resources available to you, some people will try to look down on you and tell you that you can't do certain things, that that's not the way the world works. But you guys are the ones that are going to make the world work that way, however you see it. I want you to keep your eyes open to your own possibilities. Don't let other people shut you down. And it's not going to be easy, by the way. Don't ever let anyone tell you that. The path ahead of you is going to be hard, but only because it's a new path. It's your path. It won't be given to you. You're going to have to reach out and grab it every day and keep reaching beyond that. You and your fellow Lancers, you're not going to ask permission to find that new cure. You're not going to ask permission to put an end to hunger and poverty. You're going to leave this ceremony and head out into the world, and you're going to make it what you want it to be. Years from now, you'll look around at everything you've accomplished and be surprised that you made it that way. You don't know what it'll be yet, but that's okay. It will be yours, whatever you end up choosing to make it. And looking out at all of you, I'm sure it will be extraordinary. I'll end with a quote from American comedian Ellen DeGeneres that I like. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow anyone else's path, unless you're in the woods and you're lost, and then you see a path, and then by all means, follow that one. Have fun today, tonight, and remember to be safe. Thank you, and remember, you will always be Lancers for life.
It is my honor to introduce our next speaker, Superintendent Dr. James Lane. Dr. Lane studied at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where he received a bachelor's and a master's degree in teaching. At North Carolina State, where he received a Master of School Administration degree, and at the University of Virginia, where he received a Doctor of Education degree. This past year was Dr. Lane's first year as superintendent of Chesterfield County. Before joining our community, he was a superintendent of Goochland County, and he was named the 2017 Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Lane has been recognized numerous times for various awards, so many that listing them all would take entirely too long. I asked Dr. Lane how his first year at Chesterfield County Public Schools has gone, and he answered with, "My first year has been amazing, and I wake up every day excited about the work we are doing as a team to create great experiences for our students in our community." Let's all welcome Superintendent Dr. James Lane.
Congratulations, class of 2017. Today is your day. Tonight is your night. You work hard, and your efforts and the efforts of your teachers, the support staff, the school administrators, and the school board members and county leaders have led us to this point. Your successful completion of high school and the beginning of your future. But you're a unique class. The class of 2017 is unique. I'll show you. Could the graduates who are already 18 years old please raise your hands? Congratulations, you're among the last high school graduates born in the 1900s. Would the prospective graduates who are 17 years or younger please raise your hands? Well, congratulations to you. You are the first high school graduates born in the 2000s. Regardless of the year you were born, let's think about the changes that have come since you were born. You may not believe this, but when you were born, there was no YouTube, no Facebook, no Twitter, no Insta, and so we didn't really have all those things. It may be a shock to you to learn that in 1999, a gallon of gas costs $1.14. Oh, and back then, we didn't have TV screens in our cars and GPS. We didn't even have Google Maps to print out. We literally had to go to the gas station and buy a map and just get lost until we found it. And there were no cell phones. You actually had to call the house and get directions. iPods didn't exist, nor were there iPhones or iPads. There was Wi-Fi nowhere, and PlayStation 4, well, I don't even know if we had a PlayStation 1 yet. Now, some of you seated in front of me and the younger children in the audience may be sitting there thinking, how in the world did y'all live back then? Well, we didn't binge watch Netflix. In fact, we had to watch shows when they came on. But if we wanted to watch a movie, it was on a VHS tape, and we had to rewind it when we were done, or we paid a fee at Blockbuster. We didn't take notes on a Chromebook. We took them off the overhead projector on good old-fashioned paper. We didn't save our photos in the cloud. No, we might have had them on a floppy drive, but we definitely had photo albums where the pages stuck together. Now, maybe a little bit before that, we didn't have Ataris or Nintendos. Only the lucky kids had those. Most of us only got to play one video game, and it was in school, and it was called Oregon Trail. And it was awesome. Now, as I have you think about this walk down memory lane, I ask you to think about all the changes that have been experienced since you were born. Now let's stop a minute. I want you to look at this a different way. Let's look at all the things that have been created, improved, or enhanced since you were born. See, the world has changed dramatically. At every turn, there was a person behind that change, someone with the ability to be creative. Think critically, communicate well, and collaborate. They saw possibilities. They didn't see boundaries. Today, you stand on the edge of the map of your known world. In a few minutes, you'll walk across this stage, your last as a high school student, and your next step will be into unknown territory. See, unknown territory is exciting. It can capture your imagination and invite exploration. No matter how small our globe seems today, especially as tied together as we are with technology and instant communication, there's always new territory for us to explore. You are ready for that step into the unknown. Even if you don't know what that step is, you are prepared. Even if you feel a little bit nervous about what this unknown territory might hold, you are ready. Our schools and your amazing teachers have prepared you for what lies ahead. We have taught you well. You have learned much. As you step forward, moving away from us into the unknown territory, I hope that you will keep 3 goals in mind. First, stay positive, be optimistic, and remain interested in new things. All around you, there is much to learn and experience. Be enthusiastic. People love to be around optimistic people. Second, make connections with other people and with the universe. Reach out to something bigger and be a part of something larger than yourself. Finally, and most importantly, be yourselves. But strive to be your best selves. Don't be satisfied with adequate or okay. Aim for excellence in all you do. So I want you to keep this quote in mind as you go exploring that unknown territory. Excellence can be obtained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible. Students, on behalf of the faculty, staff, school board, congratulations on completing high school, and know that we are always here for you. Congratulations to the class of 2017, and best wishes as you take your next step into the world. Be that person behind the change. Now, before I leave the podium, I do have one presentation to make. Each year, an anonymous private donor provides funding for 2 scholarships to be presented as the Superintendent's Senior Scholarship Awards to be done at each of our 11 graduations. Each principal sends forward 2 names of students who not only display excellence in the classroom, but who also, through daily actions, embody the core values and are seen by the school to have fulfilled the qualities of service and compassion for others. Each recipient will receive a superintendent's medallion to be worn today and will be placed on the graduate by Mr. Thompson. In addition, the students don't know who they are. They will receive a $1,000 scholarship provided by that donor. I ask each student to come forward as I announce your name, and I'll ask the audience to hold applause while I read the students' accomplishments. Our first award winner, please come forward, is Jada Craddock. Staff in the school report that Jada has never met a stranger. She is school-spirited and has a strong moral compass. She goes out of her way to be helpful and friendly to her peers and is truly a team player. She leads by example. Jada has blossomed in the Lancer Theater Company. In her role this year as Miss Hannigan and Annie, this year one can clearly see that she is an exceptionally talented actress with a wonderful sense of humor and just the right mix of mischief. A student who has helped build the Manchester High School community, Jada will leave us and be attending William & Mary in the fall and hopes to put her acting talents to great use and come home as an elementary school teacher. Our next award winner is Claire Walters. Claire is an exceptional writer. She has published pieces in national publications. She is the president of the National English Honor Society. Claire also epitomizes resiliency and is a role model of an exceptional student. When her mother became critically ill a few years ago, Claire stepped up to run their household. Along with taking her mom to medical appointments and helping her run the house, Claire never lost her focus at school. Sadly, after her mom's passing and throughout all her personal challenges, Claire maintained outstanding grades and attendance at school. Claire will be attending Longwood in the fall, where she too hopes to become a teacher. Congratulations. Thank you.
This is who I am inside.
Thank you, Chamber Ensemble. That was beautiful. At this time, we would like to recognize several groups of students. I'd like to invite my assistant principals to assist me with this presentation. First, there are 15 seniors I would like to recognize. These students have distinguished themselves at Manchester by having had perfect attendance all 4 years in high school. In fact, 7 of these students have had perfect attendance for more than 4 consecutive years. Each year, we tell our students that to be successful in school, they need to come to school every day, do their homework every night, and actively participate in class. Employers are always looking for creative, motivated, and dependable employees. And these 15 students in their 4 years at Manchester have established a record of responsibility and dependability that will help them to become high achievers no matter what occupation they choose. We are very proud to award all of you a perfect attendance plaque for your 4 years at Manchester High School. When I call your name, please come forward to the front of the senior section to receive your plaque. With 4 consecutive years, Tice Viangelo Barnes, Jared Anthony Jones, Corey Allen Miller, Aaron Joseph Rogers, Trevor Shane Tipton, Brandon Alexander Tyson, Chad Aaron Ukrop, Nicole Marie Whitby, with 5 consecutive years, Rachel Lynn Clark, Heather Diane Gear, and Tyler Daniel Hall. With 6 consecutive years, Darius Javon Monteria, with 7 consecutive years, Zachary David Little, with 9 consecutive years, Taj Javon Liverpool Poindexter, and with 11 consecutive years of perfect attendance, Lauren Rosie Hurst. Congratulations to these 15 students for their dedication and perseverance. Academic excellence results when an individual with high intellectual ability combines this gift with creativity, hard work, and perseverance. We are giving special awards this afternoon to honor the top 10 graduates from this year's senior class, each of whom has excelled academically during his or her 4 years in high school. Our purpose in giving these awards is to recognize their academic accomplishments and to publicly congratulate them for their hard work. I'm going to call the names of the top 10 graduates, and while the students sitting with the class are coming to the front, I want to recognize one other group of students. Dr. Lane, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Ellswick, and State Senator Amanda Chase and I will then recognize each of the top 10 graduates individually and give them their medals. When I call your name, please come forward and wait at the top of the ramp to my left in the order that your name is called. Brooke Lee Williams, Lindsay Nicole Paulette, Abigail Carr Maxwell, Callie Ann Dance, Lauren Faith Millard, Nicole Marie Whitby, Atoria Ray Ragland, Jameson Lance Lehman, Madeline Rose Haydank, and McKenna Rose Manning. As it is listed on the published grading scale for Chesterfield County, a 4.0 GPA is considered to be excellent. In addition to the top 10 graduates, all of whom have a GPA in excess of 4.0, we have 31 other seniors who finished their academic career at Manchester with a grade point average of 4.0 or higher. We also want to recognize these students for their accomplishments over the past 4 years. As your name is called, please stand and remain standing until I have completed all of the names on the list. Thankfully, we have a very hardworking class, and there's a lot of them. Nancy Patricia Arias, Amanda Ann Burton, Thomas Raphael Bustamante, Blake Aaron Campbell, Colby Mason Carnes, Alexis Ahalt Cheatham, Noah Lee Christian, Brad O'Neill Combs, Jada Ariel Craddock, Abrielle Nicole Davis, Carson Elizabeth Eddy, Daniel Hunter Griles, Faisal Brenton Hossein, Madison Lane Hull, Kyler Montgomery Killian, Kurt Thomas Kohlmeyer, Samantha Danielle Leak, Samantha Lauren Little, Skylar Brooke Lockley, Ivy Rhiannon Maddie, Nicholas Andrew Mansell, Corey Allen Miller, Sarah Ashley Morris, Carol Fally O'Brien, Reagan Campbell Peters, Morgan Alexandra Talbert, Macaulay Grace Thornton, Vivian Tran, Chad Aaron Ukrop, Allison Grace Urove, Claire Renee Walters, Courtney Faith Worley, and Zachary James Young. Congratulations, excellent work. And now for our top 10 seniors. Number 10, Brooke Lee Williams with a GPA of 4.35. Give her number.
I did. Did you tell her?
Yes. We had a tie at number 10, so also at number 10, Lindsay Nicole Paulette with a GPA of 4.35. Number 9, Abigail Carr Maxwell with a GPA of 4.4062. At number 8, Callie Ann Dance, 4.4166. Lauren Faith Millard is number 7 in the class with a GPA of 4.4296. We also had a tie at number 5. So at number 5 in the class, Nicole Marie Whitby with a GPA of 4.45. Number 5, Atoria Ray Ragland with a GPA of 4.45. Number 4 in the class, I will recognize, although he is not present with us today, and that is Benjamin Isaac Mendel with a GPA of 4.466. Number 3 in the class is Jameson Lance Lehman with a GPA of 4.4714. The Salutatorian Award is presented each year to the member of the graduating class whose academic grade point average ranks second. This award is presented with a GPA of 4.6212, Madeline Rose Hadank. The Valedictorian Award is presented to the member of the senior class whose academic grade point average ranks first. This award, with a GPA of 4.7727, is McKenna Rose Manning. Those seniors at the top of the class, as well as everybody else in the graduating class, have worked very hard, and congratulations to you for this honor. At this time, I would like to welcome Brittany N. Campbell, our class historian, to introduce our salutatorian.
Our salutatorian has the second highest GPA of our entire senior class, which is an incredible accomplishment and a result of many years of diligent hard work and sacrifice. Despite her many challenging AP classes, she managed to excel in a competition in varsity cheerleading team, where she could be seen at the top of our pyramids and stud groups. Among her other extracurricular activities, she participated in a Spark program, which mentors our freshmen, and was an active member of DECA and National Honor Society, just to name a few. The next chapter of her life, she is leading her to Virginia Tech, where she will be studying animal and poultry sciences so she can eventually become a veterinarian. She will also be cheering on the Hokies at football and basketball games as a member of the elite sideline cheerleading squad. It is with great pleasure that I introduce a fellow Lancer that is well prepared to accomplish any goal and persevere through any challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Madeline Hadank.
Good evening, teachers, faculty, family, friends, and Manchester High School's class of 2017. I'm honored to be standing in front of you all today as your salutatorian and want to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments up to this point. Because once you walk across this stage, all of the hard work you have put in will finally be worth it. We started off as freshmen, unaware of what to expect out of high school. And through these 4 years, our individual personalities have evolved as we have discovered our passions, which have helped make Manchester feel like home. For me, this was through my involvement in cheerleading. I have been able to develop lasting friendships with my teammates and coaches through the long practices every day after school and over the summer. This has allowed me to fit into our school almost like a puzzle piece. Our senior class is like one large 452-piece puzzle. Each piece is equally important because each has a unique spot that only it can fit in. And if we are missing just one, then our puzzle is incomplete. As you discover where your puzzle piece fits in among the billions of other people in the world, remember these words from everybody's favorite author, Dr. Seuss. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. As seniors, we have finally reached that moment that we have been yearning for since we first stepped foot into high school, the end of high school. And while we are all eager to officially be finished with this portion of our life, thinking about leaving Manchester has been challenging at times. Beginning at the start of senior year, we have shared numerous experiences at Manchester for the last time, and many of us did not hesitate to post about every single one on some form of social media. We have had our last homecoming, last prom, last time trying to pull out of that dreadful student parking lot, last test that you did not study for because of senioritis, last sports event, last club meeting, last first day of school, last second, third, fourth, and even fifth days of school, last day of school. I think you get it. Sometimes we went a little overboard on these, but that's okay, because these small events that we participated in throughout high school help shape who we are today and who we strive to be tomorrow. We also need to keep in mind that with all of these last events comes twice as many firsts. We had been preparing for the past 4 years to begin a new journey in our lives, whether it is through college or university, the military, going straight into the workforce, or taking a different path. We are prepared to leave high school behind, and we will have new experiences and make new memories that will help to shape us even further. This is an exciting and terrifying time for many of us, and it is important that we remember that it is our job to change the world, not to allow the world to change us. Congratulations again, class of 2017. I cannot wait to see what we all accomplish after today. And remember, in the years to come, we will become many different things. Some doctors, some lawyers, some parents, aunts, uncles, and friends. But we all will always be Lancers for life.
I am honored to have the privilege of introducing this year's valedictorian. This student has worked diligently her entire life to achieve this honor, and as many would describe her as humble and always willing to help. She has been a part of the Spanish Immersion Program and received Spanish Immersion Student of the Year 2 years in a row. She's not only excelled in Spanish, but also in all of her other classes, winning Student of the Year in Personal Finance, Chemistry, and English numerous times. When she isn't working hard on her homework, reading books, or listening to music, she spends her time volunteering in the church nursery. She will be attending the Liberty University in the fall in hopes of graduating with a bachelor's degree in biomedical science. Her love for children, helping others, and science have inspired her to one day pursue a career in pediatrician. She is brilliant, kind-hearted, and has displayed each and every characteristic that embodied our Lancer core values. It is my honor to announce the class of 2017 valedictorian, McKenna Rose Manning.
Okay. All right, well, hello, Manchester class of 2017. I've spent these past 4 years as something of a wallflower, so if many of you don't recognize my face, it's okay, I understand. But I promise that I really have been here the whole time, even if I was just lurking in the background somewhere. A few of you might guess that someone that shy and awkward would be incredibly scared to give this speech, and you'd be exactly right. So please bear with me here. I'm glad I'm nervous, though, because it reminds me of how much we've all grown during our time together. Most of us started at Manchester 4 years ago as little freshies, not knowing where to go or what to do. We walked the halls lost, too embarrassed to ask for directions. We listened without speaking, worried about saying something dumb. We feared it would be all of the worst-case scenarios that TV and movies seem to torture us with, where kids are tripped up and shoved into lockers and otherwise hazed. But luckily, we were wrong, and pleasantly surprised to find that we had found ourselves in a place, a community, a home, where acceptance was a given, a guarantee. Differences between us were obvious, sure, and still are, but that's a good thing. It has only made us stronger, brought us closer. We taught, learned from, and encouraged each other, and that's why today we walk with our heads held high. That's why we speak our minds. That's why we know that the world is what we make of it, only as scary as we allow it to be, and as beautiful as we can imagine. That's why a girl who once cried in the middle of a class presentation feels comfortable enough to stand in front of a crowd she's honestly not sure she wants to know the size of, and give a speech. That is the power of our Manchester. It's time now, however, for us to tell our teachers, our school, and each other, thank you and goodbye. As sad and strange as it is, I'm sure we'll all do our best to find comfort in the fact that a Lancer is a Lancer for life, so it'll never really leave us, but it'll keep pushing us, and I mean that too in a good way. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger once said that utopia is just beyond the horizon for Americans, and after meeting all of you, I truly believe that our generation could be the one to bring it there. It's going to be a rough job. Sure, anybody could tell you looking around that there are some serious problems in the world, but that's why we need to carry the lessons we've learned at Manchester out there. We need to continue to be tolerant of other people's differences and work together toward a better future rather than adopting an us versus them mentality in which we are, almost laughably, both the us and the them. We need to extend a hand to the people we meet who seem like they could use it. We need to believe in everyone, but especially in ourselves, because the only way we'll ever make a change is by knowing that we can make it happen. I'll be the first to admit, though, that believing in yourself can be hard sometimes. When Mrs. Lynch asked my 9th grade English class to write down goals for the future, I put down become valedictorian without thinking I'd ever really accomplish it. Graduation back then was so far away, not just for me, but for all of us, and I couldn't imagine being competition for anyone in this crowd. In fact, I'm still having a hard time understanding just how I wound up standing here, because I know so many of you with these amazing strengths and talents that I could never match. Lainey is always ready to try something new. Thomas could tell you anything about biology. Allison can explain things in a way that helps everyone, including myself, to understand them. Andrew has a mile time of 4:23. Jada, Matthew, and Kayla can take names and words on paper and turn them into real, living people. The biggest reason I can think of to explain how I made it is the support that I received from everyone. Encouragement and assistance from you, my fellow Lancers. The comfort from my family in the Spanish immersion program. The laughs and little moments shared with my 3 younger brothers. And, of course, my mom and dad, who have been there for me in every way, every step of the way, since well before my first steps. Now, before I let things get going again, I'm not going to say goodbye, because as the Beatles once said, you say goodbye and I say hello. So as we all go our own ways, I suggest that everyone meet their futures with confidence and perseverance in the face of any challenge, and with gratitude and pride in the face of any victory. Congratulations, class of 2017, and I wish you all the best of luck and look forward to seeing you in the future.
Thank you so much, Madeline and McKenna. Senior class officers, honored graduates, and senior choral students, please join your class at this time. This is a proud moment in the lives of our graduates, their families, and friends. We want everyone to appreciate the tradition and dignity involved in a graduation ceremony. We ask that everyone please be respectful of the ceremony and honor your graduates by clapping and not through the use of artificial noisemakers or prolonged shouting. We need to give each family the opportunity to hear their own child's name being called. Thank you so much for your consideration. And now, Mr. Kerry Nothnagel will call the names of our graduates.
Just let me know when you're ready. Ready? Ananda Rose Marie Ablack with honors. Oh, I'm sorry. You said you were ready, so I thought you were ready. I was ready to go. Sorry. Take it again. We'll take that again. Ananda Rose Marie Ablack with honors. Zina Abul Hassan with honors. Jana Adnan Abul Hassan. Bolaji Faith Adebayo. Chad Thomas Agnelucci Jr. Andrew Barrett Ackright. Alyssa Mary Alcaraz. Aaron Michael Allen. Rachel Kennedy Allen. Jeremy Alexander Alvarado with honors. Jacob Miles Amos. Stacy Nicole Amsler. Maya D. Anderson with honors. Cassandra Nicole Anton with honors. Frank Archie III. Luis Gilberto Avaro. Nancy Patricia Arias with honors. Taylor Mackenzie Armstrong with honors. Zachary Sterling Arrington. Courtney Abigail Atkins. Casey James Atkinson. Victoria Ramey Austin. Juan Manuel Ayala Jr. Hunter James Baker with honors. Chevelle Marie Baldwin. Justin Devon Baldwin. Kiara Chanel Banks. Tyler Matthew Banton. Darren Ray Barlow. Cravon Demetrius Barnes. Craig McCoy Barnes. Tice Biangelo Barnes. Kiera Danielle Bartlebaugh with honors. Simone Nicole Basso. Alyssa Grace Batten. Victoria Renee Bean. Proctor Napoleon Beard Jr. Naomi Ruth Benson L. Ryan Michael Bergenhagen. Alexandra Paige Blaha with honors. Alexis Jordan Bland. Katie Marie Bland. Gerson Ezekiel Bonilla. Taylor Faye Bowen with honors. Frank Boyd III. Robert Cameron Bradley. Dominique Seidel Eliza Bragg. Andrew Rajan Branch.
Kiana Monet Ranch. Anthony Lamont Brayboy. Kaylin Jessica Brockett. Mason Tanner Brown. Destiny Renee Brown. Nicholas Lyle Bruner. Cowley Jean Bucka. Austin Ray Buckley. Tiffany Nicole Bullock. Haiti Jalissa Burgos. Christopher Jackson Burks. Amanda Ann Burton with honors. Thomas Rafael Bustamante with honors. Braden Lee Zachary Butka with honors. Tyler Peyton Butler. Lydia Carolyn Byers. Kayla Lynn Bird. Blake Aaron Campbell with honors. Brittany Michelle Campbell with honors. Kaylee Allison Kerr. Matthew Henry Tallhurst Carley. Colby Mason Carnes with honors. Annabelle Kayla Cassius. Adrian Antonio Castillo. Alexander Joseph Castro with honors. Joseph Michael Chase with honors. Damian Lamont Chavis. Alexis Ehalt Cheatham. Sean Tremond Cheatham. Rebecca Sabina Risa Cheek. Joshua Aaron Chin. Hannah Elizabeth Childress. Noah Lee Christian with honors. Elijah Craig Christmas. Lauren Michelle Ciavolela. Tyler Jacob Ciccone. Sierra Divine Clark. Evan Wilson Clark. Jesse Lee Nolan Clark. Rachel Lynn Clark. Ryan Ashley Clark. Charles Dylan Coates. Ashley Nicole Coddington with honors. Jordan Mackenzie Cully. Brad O'Neill Combs with honors. Brandy Lee Condry with honors. Elijah Zaki Connor. Miguel Angel Contreras. Talon Eric Denzel Cook. Isaiah Alex Copeland. Gavin Rolf Corker. Rachel Nicole Cosby. Alexis Gail Coseo. Dylan Anthony Cox. Jada Ariel Craddock with honors. Jacob Ross Craner. Daryl Keontae Crest. Sarah Marie Cruz. Alan Lee Kreiderman Jr. Anthony Cuellar. Taylor Adair Cunningham with honors. Savannah Blake Dame. Callie Ann Dance with honors. Luke Andrew Dobbensbeck. Nicholas Ray Dobbensbeck. Madison Brooke Davenport with honors. Abrielle Nicole Davis with honors. Breon Kobe Davis. James Michael Davis. Kayla Ardelia Davis with honors. Michaela Lene Davis with honors. Mikhail Cherise Davis. Tiffany Michelle Davis. Madison Elizabeth Dean. Lynn Allen Dimby Jr. Brittany Shea Donardo with honors. Dylan Carmine DeSimone. Tyler David Deschamps. Madeline Yamilith Diaz. Kayla Marie Dietrich. Logan Carolyn Diffie. Austin J. Tyler Domowski. Alexis Simia Doggett. Alexandra Pearl Damazos. Grant Richard Dumros. Noah Thomas Dumros. Haley Marie Doss. Christopher Ryan Doyle. Cohen Walker Durgan. Bailey Vadell Duff. Shannon Noel Dugan with honors. John Dennis Duncan IV with honors. Kylie Page Duty. Daniel Carter East. Carson Elizabeth Eddy with honors. Faith Delphina Edens. Haley Lane Egland. Mason Alexander Edson. Eamon Joseph Elhadra. Brendan Wayne Ellis. Ashley Nicole Estrada. Marquise Gerard Evans. Colin Richard Eveland. Reese Allen Farrington with honors. Jacob Grant Felly. Kathleen Nicole Fennessy. Sierra Cheyenne Filer with honors. Amanda Blake Fisher. Demarcus Delvecchio Fitz with honors. Isai Jeremias Flores. Olivia Christina Flores. Xavier Jordan Falston. Jeremy Michael Francis. Jonathan Franco. Sierra Nicole Fucarino. Nicholas Henry Galarza. Christian Jose Garcia. Heather Diane Gear with honors. Dylan Charles Gentry. Davina Delshay Gillum. DeAndre Terrell Glover. Ryan Douglas Godsey. Alec Grant Golden. Kane Solomon Moises Gonzalez. Marissa Lizette Gonzalez Bailey. Justin Lawrence Goodlett. Zakira Briam Alexis Goodson. Christian Dion Graves. Thomas Ford Graves. Jason Stephen Greenewalt. Katoria Danae Gregory with honors. Danielle Hunter Griles with honors. Lauren Ann Grimwood. Ryan Kenneth Grube with honors. Deshaun Isaiah Gullidge. Christian Tyler Habbick. Nicholas Adam Hackett. Madeline Rose Hiddink with honors. Christine Amanda Hadlow with honors. Justin Joseph Hall. Stephen Bryce Hall. Tyler Daniel Hall. Brianna Rishon Hamilton. Ayana Helena Danelle Hampton with honors. Hunter Franklin Hancock. Ryan Allen Harder. Brandon Lee Hardy. Olivia Madison Harney. Kevin Wayne Harvey. Hope Inez Hathaway. Michael Anthony Hawkins Jr. Zachary Theodore Heilig. Nathaniel David Helton. Andrew Key Hensley. Wendy Yaneth Hernandez. Miguel Herrera Marentes Jr. John Bernard Hill. Haley Marie Holloman. Lance Eric Holmes. Deonjay Hopkins. Faisal Brenton Hossen with honors. Danielle Michelle Howard. Kendra Ann Hughes. Madison Lane Hull with honors. Kira Michaela Hundley. Alia Ivana Hunter. Kiara Alexis Hunter. Lauren Rose Hurst. Drake Michael Hutchison. Nathaniel Allen Hutton with honors. Ivana Patrice Jackson. Jasmine Nicole Jackson with honors. Orlando Martez Jackson Jr. Madison Lee Jacobs. Savannah Lynn Jacobs. Alanta Adrian Johnson with honors. Jordan Marie Johnson with honors. Joseph L. Johnson Jr. Nigel LeVar Johnson. David Alexander Jones. Hollis James Jones. Jared Anthony Jones. Michaela Corinne Jones. Maya Sierra Jones. Nishan Matthew Jones. Rashonda Adina Jones. Savannah Madison Jones. Brandy Jalissa Joyner with honors. Christopher Michael Kenyon. Abigail Renee Key with honors. John Christopher Kilcummins. Kyler Montgomery Killian with honors. Samantha Ray King with honors. Evan Alexander Kissel. Andrew James Kobus. Lindsay Ryan Kugler. Carson Leonard Costco. Samantha Ariana Kozinski. Jonathan Armand Lackey. Brent Browning Landrum. Emily Noel Lane. Deanna Elizabeth Lang with honors. Jenna Elizabeth Lawhorn. Jonathan David Lawson. Jameson Lance Lehman with honors. DeJermaine Lamont Lane. Samantha Danielle Leak with honors. Brandon Jovan Lee. Brianna Michelle Limas Ruiz. July Carolina Leon Contreras. Shelby Caitlin Leslie. Naya Simone Lewis. Nichelle Helena Lewis. Craig Anthony Licorice. Jacob Daniel Lindsay with honors. Samantha Lauren Little with honors. Zachary David Little. Taj Javon Liverpool Poindexter. Skylar Brooke Luckley with honors. Dylan Chase Loving. Ivy Rhiannon Maddie with honors. Daniel Mark Magnata. McKenna Rose Manning with honors. Nicholas Andrew Mansell with honors. Robert Cole Mansfield. Jonathan Garrett Martin with honors. Luke Jason Grant Martin. Sydney Caitlin Martin. Steve Adino Martinez. Jordan Elizabeth Maslick. Xavier William Massenberg. Ryan Andrew Mathis with honors. Abigail Carr Maxwell with honors. Ashley Nicole Mays with honors. Genevieve Lee McAlexander. Timothy Gerard McBride. Kayla Rose McBurney. Shaquan Ojalik Giovante McClendon Polly. Kyle Patrick McCormick. Christina Michelle McNeil. Jessica Danielle Meekins. Tori Lamont Meekins Jr. Lauren Faith Millard with honors. Alexander William Miller. Catherine Nicole Miller. Corey Allen Miller with honors. Sean Anthony Miller. Kiara Monet Mitchell. Michaela Siani Mitchell. Dutaro Miyazaki. Darius Jovan Monteria. Sean Robert Moon with honors. China Tatiana Moore. Donovan Cade Moore. Amber Faith Morgan with honors. Sarah Ashley Morris with honors. Kelsey Ann Morse. Kiara Monique Mosby. Shane Kenneth Morowski. Shelby Brooke Murphy. Brianna St. James Nevers. Samson Christian Nygaard with honors. Carol Fally O'Brien with honors. Joseph Lee Ogle. Ajira Monet Otley. Ayana Renee Outing with honors. Jade Amber Palacios. Zachary Andrew Papaleo. Caitlin Marie Partain. Cody Dwayne Paul. Lindsay Nicole Paulette with honors. Abigail Ruth Payne. Caitlin Isabel Pendleton. Sierra Lillian Perkins. Reagan Campbell Peters with honors. Kyrie Rashai Petty. Rachel Ann Phillips. Jordan Lee Powers. Kendall Bailey Powers with honors. Shalea Lee Pryor with honors. Michaela Danielle Quinney. Atoria Ray Ragland with honors. Sean Michael Rakes. Jocelyn R. Rambo. Ayana Namia Randolph. Danielle Deva Reading. Brielle Shanna Recupero. Danielle McNeil Reinhardt. Tiffany Shea Rhodes with honors. Katea Nichelle Richardson. Peyton Mario Richmond. Diana Carolina Risco. Selena Alexandra Rivas. Sierra Ann Roach. Brianna Elizabeth Roberts. Aaron Joseph Rogers. Isabel Mariano Rubinos with honors. Anna Victoria Sabion. Styles Lavelle Salmon. Marcos Sanchez Baltazar. Jennifer Sandoval Lorios. Robert Samuel Saxton. Aaron Terrell Scarlett. Bailey Marie Schwindeman. Carlene Andrea Scott with honors. Forrest Trey Scott Jr. Sarah Jean Sculthorpe with honors. Hannah Louise Solander. Rassi Malcolm Shemp. Michaela Louise Shields. Jasmine Michelle Cedillo. Telena Elizabeth Signore. Aine Ashante Simmons. Nicholas Andrew Simmons with honors. Tyler Michael Simmons. Richard James Simon III. Charles Sledge. Leslie Ann Thompson. Russell Lewis Thompson IV. Macaulay Grace Thornton with honors. Sean Fernandez Thurlow IV. Michael Wayne Sledge Jr. Shane Tipton. Martin Emmanuel Torres. Madison Taylor Trainer. Vivian Tran with honors. James Thomas Travers. Jenna Christine Trebor. Christopher Camden Troop. Tyvel Juwan Tucker. Angela Marie Tofano. Peter James Tonnell. Brandon Alexander Tyson. Chad Aaron Ukrop with honors. Allison Grace Urov with honors. Inez Sylvia Valenzuela with honors. Skylar Thorpe Vansicle. Daniel Vadell. John Christian Walker. Claire Renee Walters with honors. Colleen Marie Walters with honors. Taylor Renee Walls. Michael Darnell Washington Jr. Ziane Jolisa Webb. Timothy Allen Wells. Rachel Elizabeth West. Zayn Alexander West. Deshaun Antonio Whitaker. Nicole Marie Whitby with honors. Cameron Thomas White. Javen Sherrod White. Tiara Marie White. Courtney Faith Worley with honors. Brianna Claire Wigglesworth. Tanisha Tamaya Wilkins. Krista Cheyenne Wilkinson. John Colton Bruce Will. Brandon Terrell Williams. Brooke Lee Williams with honors. Desmond Maurice Williams. Sarah Joe Williams. Taj Darrell Williams. Austin Charles Winnie with honors. Caitlin Alicia Woodley. Malcolm Darnell Weish Ortiz. Kristen Colleen Wyrick. Glenn Mays Yancey. Desiree Eve Yingling. Nasia Aftaya Yisrael. Joshua Michael Young. Zachary James Young with honors.
of 2017, I'm extraordinarily proud of you today. As I look out into this sea of faces, I see a group of caring, compassionate young adults who are certain to go forward to make a difference in our community. As you follow many diverse paths, please remember the words of poet E.E. Cummings. It takes courage to grow up and be who you really are. This idea was echoed in our wonderful chorus's song selection today, to stand in the light and be seen as you are. I challenge each of you to honor your strengths and your passions and use those in your future careers, and acknowledge your limitations without guilt. We all have a purpose on this earth. You have all the tools you need to achieve that purpose. Use them. Don't be afraid of hard work. I'd like to share Sally Callan's favorite quote that she used to put on her wall from Thomas Edison. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Most of the things that are worth doing in life that pay off with the greatest sense of victory and joy require a lot of hard work and perseverance. The Manchester faculty and I look forward to hearing about your adventures and your accomplishments. Please remember that we are always here for you. L for L, Lancers for life. At this time, would the class of 2017 please rise and remain standing for the certification? And will the junior marshals in charge of the recessional and the mace bearer please take their positions at this time? And now, Dr. Lane and Mr. Thompson, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of Chesterfield County, I hereby certify that all those members of the Manchester High School class of 2017 here assembled have fulfilled the requirements for graduation and are awarded a Manchester diploma with all the rights and privileges thereunto belonging. I now declare the commencement exercises of Manchester High School to be adjourned. Seniors, please move your tassels to the left. Congratulations. And would everyone please stand while the junior marshals recess the class of 2017. The class will be led in the recessional first by the Manchester High School faculty and then by the mace bearer, next year's senior class president, Mr. Ryan Greenewalt.